welcome back. Oh, you're doing well. Right, why is that registration not known? November 589 Delta Tango. Let me see. Right, let me just start new flight. Add a flight plan. Anybody know, Volanta, do you have to type in... But if you put 589... Oh, there we go, got it. Why didn't it show up earlier? There we go. Perfect. Right, what a beautiful livery, right? Paul, hello to you. Vector Arm, hello again. Nico, hello. And you departed from Albuquerque this afternoon. Nice. It's one of my go-to airports in the States. Nice, Nico, yeah. So this is a beautiful livery. I picked up on, I think, flightsim.to, I think. And yeah, we are in Albuquerque, sorry, we're in Salt Lake City right now and flying to Albuquerque. Yes, let me just check something really quickly. So the issues I had, those that were watching the stream on Saturday with the FSLabs. Oh, hang on, that reminds me. Give me a second. And to check my... Actually, I tell you what, let's leave it at that. Let's leave it here. I think that's good enough, right? That's fluid. Okay, let's leave it at that. So yeah, I had a problem where I tried to take off, and then the aircraft just wouldn't accelerate. It was just pretty much stuck. Not stuck, but it was like really slow on the acceleration. So I had to do an RTO, and I couldn't get the issue fixed. And then we went into the Phoenix. And the Phoenix had exactly the same problems. I was at a total loss. I could not understand what was happening. So in the end, we went into X-Plane. Well, we went back actually. We went to Microsoft 2024, and then we had issues with OBS streaming software. And then in the end, yeah, we flew the X-Plane, and that worked at least. Anyways, so I reinstalled. Hey Joey, I reinstalled, hey Nate, thank you. I reinstalled the FSLabs completely. And I did a test flight here, takeoff here out of Salt Lake City, just to make sure everything's working, and luckily it did. So happy to say that we should be fine today now. Let me have a look at the tower view. That's interesting. Oh, hang on. There we go again, tower view. Oh, that's an interesting schematic here. Right, that's interesting. So look, yeah, Salt Lake City, somehow in the valley here, it's high terrain around the airport. Of course, there's a lake, as the name says. So Salt Lake City, at a lake, who would have guessed, right? No, so all good. And yes, we are in, I'll have to change the X-Plane thingy there. We are, of course, in 2020. The livery looks good. Yeah, I like it as well. I love the livery. That looks really nice. Very cool livery, I agree. Beautiful. Right, where are we? Oh, there we are. Oh, is that I don't know, is that like bugged scenery or something, or are they really working on this part of the terminal IRL? Or maybe they did when this was created, right? I have to admit, this is an older software, so I'm not sure how current this is. Okay. Cool. I have filed a flat plan on PilotEdge. Now I'm going to try to log in. Now this is the first time I'm doing this for quite some time here on Microsoft 2020. So hopefully it'll work.
PilotEdge connected.
Oh wow. Okay. Interesting. That went well. And I mean, why not, right? I mean, how about the stream where things just work? Crazy. Right? I mean, who would have thought? I'll take it. But let's not jinx it. Exactly, for now. You never know. You can't feel safe. I'm going to wait for the flight warning computer to warm up. GSX enters the chat. Exactly. Boy, have I got something for you, GSX is saying. Hold my beer. Oh, absolutely. Alrighty, let's have a look. If we can get the flight plan. Avenger, yeah, right. I mean... anyways, you never know. You never know. Things may actually work. Right, let's get things rolling. So we've got... Well, we're a bit late for the party here, so let's do 22:30. Yeah. No, 21:30, sorry. 21:30. Send that off. It's going to be late night today, guys. I'm sorry. Right, so we're flying Salt Lake City, Albuquerque. Alternate is Kilo Sierra Alpha Foxtrot. Delta 4084. And then I am going to try to get my clearance via the fans GUI, if I can start it, that is. Because I don't see the software. Is that like hiding in the taskbar, do you think? Hang on. Or it's not working. Could be. Oh, it's not in the taskbar. Let's have a look here. So fans GUI run. Ah, there it is. It works. Just go run it as administrator, then it works. Right, so what we're going to do is we filed the flight plan with PilotEdge, and I ticked the box clearance via CPDLC. So we're going to put in the right flight number. So Delta 4084. And then send logon. If that works, logon denied. Okay. We're locked on PilotEdge. Now I'm not sure if it doesn't work, we're gonna get it via voice. But normally, network PilotEdge, log on required. CUSA. I'm gonna try to enter that again. Oh, there we go. Log on denied. Now I'm not sure. Hey, Exotic, guys, do you know is that comes when the clearance is not ready? Correct. So what we will do? We're gonna wait a few minutes. And then we'll check again. In the meantime, what I can do is I can get myself let's have a look. We've got let's go Navigraph, because I can get the clearance through that. And David, we are on 2020. The reason is I'm currently trying out the beta 2024, but the problem I have is I'm having issues with not sound cuts anymore, but with the fact that for some reason the system is just getting more and more overloaded over time. A lot of people are saying they're having the issue, and then at some point it freezes up my streaming software. So unfortunately that doesn't work, but so I have to do more testing if the beta solves these issues. Now we've got departing 32, 34 left, 34 right, and 35. As always in the US, big airports. Oh, look at this. There's a construction zone, so this could actually be correct. So I'm going to speculate on 3-4 left. Because we're not taking off here. And I don't think we're taking off here. Right, it's a long taxi out. So we're going to speculate on 3-4 left. Hope they're kind to us, okay? Parallelers in use. And so we've got 10 miles, 25 degrees, 3008. That reminds me, I'm going to try to get my Moby flight working as well. And then let's check that we are... Go on. Oh, no, I was just saying it's taking a long time to load this time. Make sure we have the right profile loaded. The FSLabs. Where's my black box FSLabs? There we go. That's loaded. Then I'm going to load the FSLabs, A321, FCU, open and run. Is that working? Nope. Or is that working? Oh, that is working. It's just the... Yeah, probably that doesn't work then. Alright. So we have the altimeter... currently is 3007. There we go. Got it. Right. Let me try again with fans GUI. See if that works. Ah, there we go. You see, that's the thing. So the clearance wasn't processed yet. So now the clearance has been processed by a PilotEdge controller. So now the logon works. Now you don't have to do anything else in the US. You just log on to CUSA, and after a certain time, you'll get a ding dong, and then you will get the clearance via SEPA DLC. I'll put that on this side, and then I'll show you the clearance. So fueling, is the fueler here? Yeah, fueler is here. Fantastic. That is working. And then we'll also have... There we go. Beep. ATC message. We are cleared. The Rocket 3, Kiera transition, and then JNC Rossi Lobo 3, load new route to Albuquerque, maintain 10,000, expect 350 5 minutes after. So yeah, we got a new routing. Let's do next page, and then we're going to accept. Uh-oh. Why did it, Oh no. Is that a bug? No. It's not showing that anymore. Oh no. Why is it doing that? In it. Next page. Let's have a look. So I'm going to try 3-4 left. Rugged 3. That was Kiera. Insert. And then there was a different routing. Guys, can somebody do me a favor? On Twitch, can you do maybe... have a look again. And type out the clearance in chat, please. Because this is bugged. This is like I went to the second page and confirmed it. Now it's just gone. So after Kiera, we did get a new clearance. I mean, if you can't do that, then let me know and I'll confirm with the controller. But I would appreciate if you could go back quickly. Or on YouTube, maybe. I don't know if what works. YouTube or... let me see. Maybe I can do it myself. Hang on. Let me just check. Discord, Twitch. Nanak says if you click on the first one... Oh, you're right. Okay, disregard. Thanks, Nanak. You're set. Lifesaver, Nanak. Thank you. That was just the... okay, you got it. Yeah, sure. That's why I had a carrot in there. Excellent. All right. Thank you so much for your lifesaver. So I'm going to type in that routing now. So we've got the Rugged 3 Kiera transition. Then it is... I'm not sure why it's not showing Kiera. Is that... where does that lead us to? Always exciting here in the US. SID. Rugged 3. So the Rugged 3 radar vectors and then to Kiera. Now it should have so Bubby, Rugged, Lofok, Lekby, Kiera. Thank you, TV. Appreciate it. Yeah, I can confirm that as well. Thank you so much. So Booby, Rugged. I don't know why it's got Rugged twice in there. How weird. Rugged. It's just showing once on the display there. Okay, anyways. So Lofok, Lekby, and then we've got Kiera. Now, from there, we did get... Juliet, November, Charlie. Then it is Rosie. I think it's just one waypoint that's different. Yeah, that was it. That's literally it. Rosie. And then it's the Logbo 3 arrival. So there wasn't really much change. TV note, all good, all good. I'm very thankful that you went through. Otherwise, we would have not seen it. Exotic, did they make an announcement today or something? Because I have seen a couple of things that they are bringing up, and one thing I'm looking forward to is the radio management panel. ADSB reporting fault. Are you kidding me? Why are you doing that to me? So the arrival into Albuquerque currently is landing on... they are departing 3 and 8. Okay, so 3 and 8. 8 would be straight in. 3... Well, sometimes they do 3 as well, right? The wind is calm. So I think it's 8 for departure and 3 for landing. I'm going to go with the ILS 3. And we'll do the arrival, the Lobo 3 arrival. There it is. So we're coming via Rosie. And approach via Novaya. There we go. So let's insert that. Let's have a quick scan here. Rosie. And then the arrival. Yeah. And then we'll check that later during the flight. With a bit of flight time. The flight time in total. If you look at the OFP here. So flight time is 1 hour 11, so not that long. 1 hour 11, perfect flight time. The weather currently here in Salt Lake City, we've seen it. It's nice, few 9,000, few 13,000, few 25,000, 25 degrees, 3008. And Albuquerque, yeah, wind calm, the ATIS says, 27 degrees. And also forecast beautiful weather. And that's nice. We should have some very nice views then, which is great. The alternate Santa Fe. Also good weather, no threats. Perfect. So I'm happy with that. Parked here. There's a taxi out. Pushback should be able to be done by ourselves. Let me just check here. Oh, Not sure what the graphics setting was all about, but... So for the... Yeah, we're on the apron side, so we don't have to call back for pushback. That's fine. Very good for the pushback. Right, let's get the boarding going. Board now. And request. So init A page, wind request as well. That's filled out. B page filled out. Temperature right now 25 degrees. And we're estimating... Not sure what this is all about. I'm going to have to check the tech logbook in a second. Not happy with that. And the OFP said we have about 68.8. 68.8. And the fuel is supposed to be 6.5. Locked fuel. Which is already inserted. Fantastic. Alternate fuel, I hope we don't have to divert again today, is 1 ton. Santa Fe is set. Waiting for the wind data to uplink. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Because that's really what I'm looking forward to with the wind wing radio panel. Kerry. No worries, all good. So first of all, let me go through the inbox. So that is all okay. And then what I want to do is have a quick look at the tech logbook. See if that ADS-B is an issue right now. Tray table, doesn't worry, that's not a problem at all. Then we have the CTL2B fault. ASCS, what on earth is ASCS? Good God. 2163. 2163. I have no idea what that is. Air conditioning, okay. Air conditioning. 2163. Hang on. I only have 61. So dispatch as in MEL 216304 alpha. And sometimes it doesn't have that in the logbook for some reason. But that would pinpoint to the air conditioning system. Yeah, so that's not in there, unfortunately. So we can't really say it. But anyways, I don't think there's any procedures to be done. Is anything placarded? No placards on the top there as well. It's warm. Let me start the APU, by the way. Alright, so ADS-B is definitely not covered. Could be a nuisance warning as well. But we'll watch that. The wind uplink is here. How is it looking with the boarding? Ah, look at that. Nice. So we got the...
Passengers boarding started.
Nice. Thank you, Nico. Air supply control system. I appreciate that, Nico. Thanks for the update on that. Thank you very much. Can the APU starting up? That could be a bit annoying today if that keeps on coming on. Just wondering if I should emergency cancel that.
On behalf of Delta, Sky Team and its global partner, welcome aboard your Delta flight. As you're making your way to your seat, we kindly ask that you please step into your row and out of the aisle as quickly as possible, to allow those passengers behind you to make their way to your seat as well. If you're traveling with a larger rollerboard, please place it in the overhead bins, either wheels or handles first, on either side of the aircraft. Keeping in mind that the overhead bin space is a shared space.
Right, so I've put this into the cellar so that we don't
Please
get
go
that
ahead
nuisance
and
warning
utilize the
all
next
the time.
available space. If you brought a second
Yeah,
item with you,
probably,
such as
yeah.
a briefcase, tote bag, laptop bag, backpack.
Oh no, now we got an
Utilize
FPS
the
1 fault.
seat menu. So we can
What is
utilize the
that
overhead
jamming
bin
or
space.
something going on here?
Feel
In the
free
US?
to utilize your tablets,
Gotta be
mobile
kidding me.
phones, and e-readers whilst we're here at the gate. However, once we close our boarding door, you must please place these items in the airplane mode or turn off your cellular service.
Okay.
Please also note that if you're working on a laptop computer or enjoying any larger electronic devices,
So init A page, B page is filled out.
or in an overhead bin.
We have
Please do
about
not
800
store these
kilograms
items
extra
in
fuel with
pocket
us.
in front of you. Place them directly on your
Flight
Or hold
plan,
them when you land during
RATNAV.
taxi,
Do
takeoff,
we
and
want
landing.
anything for
This
RATNAV?
is not just a Delta policy, but an FAA regulation for your safety. I'd like to thank you all for choosing to fly Delta. Welcome on board.
They have Fairfield. They have Octonus. No, well, I got Wasatch. Let me put Wasatch. It's a Tango Charlie Hotel in here. So we have at least a VOR somewhere showing us. Nico, thank you. So non-ETOPS flight repair interval Charlie number installed 4 required 2 placard. No, thank you much, Nico. So we have one system missing, but we're allowed to have 2 missing. Thank you much, Nate. Let me go back to my Sky Launch here. So we can fly with that. Thanks, Nico. I appreciate that. Nate. Oh, you guys. Alrighty. So that's done. Diff rips. Right, now performance. The fueling is finished. But that adds up. We'll send that off. But the boarding isn't finished yet. Let's have a look where we are. Weight and balance. I mean, 321 Neo does take up quite a lot of passengers. So we need 195. Currently we have 110. And cargo looks like it's pretty much loaded. Yep, cargo is finished. So we're just missing the passengers right now. Cool. That reminds me. Let me just set everything here for the Navigraph as well. Import Salt Lake City. Pinned. Nothing pinned yet. So we've got the Rugged 3. We'll pin that. We've got the airport. So we have parking gates here. So we parked somewhere here. Airport info as well. Fantastic. Cool. Alrighty. We did get 10,000 feet. The top altitude is 230, so we're restricted to 10,000 initially via ATC, which is set 10,000. And then what we could do is calculate initially. The thing is, though, we do see some differences sometimes here in FSLabs, which is pretty much real-like. Right? So sometimes the numbers just do not add up exactly to what we had pre-planned. So what we could do theoretically is just have a preliminary calculation.
If you're traveling with a larger rollerboard, please place in the overhead bins, either wheels or handles first, on either side of the aircraft. Keeping in mind that the overhead bin space is a shared space. So if the bin directly above your seat is already full, please go ahead and utilize the next available space. If you brought a second item with you, such as a briefcase, tote bag, laptop
So I'm
bag,
going to put the values in
backpack,
here. 3007 is correct. 25 is correct. The wind 3.
so we can utilize the overhead
4010 is also
bin.
correct. We'll do
Feel free to
anti-ice
utilize
off,
your
air
tablets,
conditioning
mobile
off,
phones, and e-readers whilst we're here at the gate.
optimum dry,
However,
and
once you close the boarding door, you
75.1.
must please place these items in the airplane
Let's have a look
mode
at
or turn off
our
your cellular
preliminary load
service.
sheet.
Please Please also note that
yeah,
if you are on a laptop
75.2, let's
computer
say.
or enjoying any
is
larger
planned.
electronic devices, they must be stowed either in the
So we'll
back
do
of
the
your
first
seat
calculation here to
or
see what
in
we'll
an
come up
overhead
with.
bin. Please do not stow these
And we're
items
going to go
into the
3-4
blanket in
left.
front of you. Place them directly
Calculate.
onto the floor, or hold them on your lap during taxi, takeoff, and
So
landing.
it should give us a
This is
flap
not
2
some adult
takeoff,
policy, but an FAA
160,
regulation
163, 165, flex
I'd like to
50.
Thank you all for choosing to fly Delta. Welcome on board.
And yeah, we are at 4,300 feet almost. So definitely, well, that's bugged. With the terrain mode, interesting. Okay, we'll leave that off. So terrain is not working today, it seems. Ay, 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 ay. But this could be, well, we're having issues with GPS, right? We're having issues with ADS-B. Who knows what's wrong behind the scenes here? We shall see. Hey, Bliss of the Apocalypse. Good evening to you. That's a mouthful. Cool. And there we go. There's the second bus here. Excellent. Yep. Wrong button. So, mass and balance. Now that should update hopefully very quickly. So let's have a look here. AOC menu. What? Options. Payload. Yeah. So a little bit less than initially thought, but it is showing as completed here. Oh, there we go. So we got 185. So 10 less than planned initially. Okay, that's fine. We'll take that. So we'll wait for the final load sheet. Should be here. 5 minutes. We have planned pushback, so that looks all okay to me. So initially we had said 68.8 and it was 68, so 800 kilograms less. So what I'll do now, I'm going to calculate with the 800 kilograms less, which is 74.3. Hang on. 0.3, there we go. 3-4 left, calculate. Yep, so we'll take these values, but we'll take 160. Doors closing, fantastic. So let's uplink the data here. Yeah, 160, 163, 165, flip 2 up to flex 50. To flex 50. Excellent. That looks good. And here's the load sheet. Edition number 1, 0 fuel weight 68, and the trim 0 fuel weight 23.3, correctly inserted. Takeoff weight is 74.3. That's what we calculated with. And so we shall accept that. Cool. Cat Meow says ACSC is a conditioning system controller. Air conditioning system controller. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. Rightio. Briefing. So we've got the departure route. Initial climb 10,000. Threats high terrain to the east. So the sector is 13,000. So good climb rate. Probably going to climb with just above green dot to make sure we have the booby 11,000 above. Rugged 12,000 above. And for the crossing here we need the lowest is 180. So definitely high terrain there. 15.8 for the grid. So very high terrain. So we're going to climb left, turn on the heading between 310, 340, depends on what the tower tells us, from departure on the runway as assigned by ATC. top is 230, but again, we've got 10,000 initially. And I think that's pretty much it. So, done that, done that, done that. Signs are on. We've got the bleed on. APU off. And let's read a checklist. Let me just check here. Ah, okay, let me get here. Let me get my website. Yeah, I did reinstall everything, that's why it's not there anymore. Oops. Come on. What am I doing wrong? Plus. There we go. So checklists, A320 normal. Let's pin that. So we've got cockpit preparation checklist. Gear pins, covers removed. Fuel quantity. We have 6.5 balanced. Seat belts are on. ADIRS. NAF. And Barbaro Ref 3007 is set. That's the cockpit preparation checklist completed. Right, let's get everything running here.
Flight attendants, prepare your doors for departure, please.
Yes, sir.
Cross-check and all call.
Thank you. Good. Beacon on.
Once again, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard.
Hang on, squawk
My name is
was...
Kyle, and I'll be your flight leader. This afternoon, I'm assisted by Rashawn, Jody, and Kayland.
2754.
For safety. So in just a few moments, we'll be showing you a brief presentation on the features of this Airbus A320. We kindly ask that you please direct your attention to the video monitors and flight attendants in the aisle, even if you are a frequent flyer. Thank you.
And I have to put this to on already, so that we are being seeing on PilotEdge. Cool. Alrighty. That. Let's have a look.
Welcome aboard, and thanks for flying with Delta. Our first priority on every flight is safety. So before we depart, I'll be giving a brief safety presentation. Okay.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Items are securely stowed in an overhead bin. And place smaller items under the seat in front of you. And ensure all aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas are clear. Delta now allows U.S. domestic passengers to use handheld devices like tablets and
Right,
cell
so
phones
for the
on board.
ground,
Departure checks completed.
it's going
Bypass
to
pin
be
inserted.
ramp control not needed. We need
Larger electronic
ground.
devices like laptops should be turned off and
23775.
But please note, some electronic devices may not be used in flight at
Good.
any time.
We are ready for the before start checklist. Parking brakes set. Takeoff speeds 160, 163, 165. Flex 50.
This plane features
Windows
Wi-Fi,
doors
and internet access
closed.
will be available while we're above 10,000 feet.
And
If
the
your
beacon
seat
is
has an
on. That's
emergency
the
exit, please review the
before start checklist
responsibilities
complete.
for emergency exit seating on the back of the safety information card, which is in your seat pocket.
Are you willing and able to assist with the operation of the exit if necessary?
Did someone just say no?
Form these functions, please let us know, and we'll be happy to find you another seat.
I just heard someone said no.
As we leave the gate, make sure your seatbelt is fastened. To fasten, insert
Yeah, it
the
sounded
belt
like a no,
into the
didn't it?
buckle and adjust the strap so
How
it's
strange.
low and tight across your lap. To release the belt, just lift the top of the buckle. Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely
Right,
fastened
let's
anytime the seatbelt sign is
nose
on.
left.
And even if the sign
No,
is
nose
off,
right.
please keep
Okay, left.
Release parking brakes, please.
Roger that. Brakes released.
Commencing push.
Ready for push.
All engines clear.
Thank you.
Start at will.
Fuel pumps are on. We've got good pressure. Starting engine
For
one.
everyone's safety, federal regulations require all passengers to comply with the posted placards and lighted information signs located throughout the cabin, in addition to any crew member instructions. Smoking is not allowed on any Delta flight. And federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying a restroom smoke detector. There are 8 exits on this plane. 4 doors, 2 on each side, and 4 window exits over the wings. The forward doors have detachable slides that can be used for flotation. Life rafts are located in ceiling compartments at the front and center of the plane. All exits are clearly marked with an exit sign. However, if there's a loss of power and cabin visibility is reduced, lights will illuminate the aisle to guide you to an exit. Please take a moment to find the exits closest to you, and remember, they might be behind you. It's unlikely, but if cabin pressure changes, the panels above your seat will open, revealing oxygen masks. If this happens, reach up and pull a mask towards you until the tube is fully extended. Place the
So
mask
again here
over
as
your
well, you have a
nose.
cooling cycle.
Flip the elastic
It doesn't
strap
tell
over
us how
your
long
head
it's
and
cooling
adjust the
because
mask
it's a LEAP
as
engine.
necessary. Breathe normally
But
and
the
know
LEAPs as well, they will
So don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask
they'll make kind of
before
a
helping others.
yeah, cooling to straighten out the
Parking brakes.
Also unlikely. But just in case, life vests
the
are
inner
located
shaft.
under your seats in the economy cabin.
and
If you're seated
it's
in
always
first
worrisome
class
because
or
it doesn't tell you how
business class
long
cabin,
it's doing
life
it.
vests are either in a compartment beneath or adjacent.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Remove the vest from its container by pulling on the tab
Unless you have a
and
problem
then
and you've got a
close.
start problem,
Slip
then
the vest over your head.
then maybe not.
If your vest has one strap, wrap it around your waist and attach it to the buckle in front. If your vest has 2 straps, fasten the straps to the front of the vest and then adjust them loosely around your waist. As you leave the plane,
No,
place
so the only
vest
ace maker
by
I've not
pulling
heard
down
anything,
the
no.
tabs at the bottom
I have
of
no
the
idea.
vest, or manually
There we go,
insert
look at
the
that.
plane into the
Well,
tube
that I
on the
honestly
button.
I
You can
just started to
activate the light by
worry
pulling down on the tab in front, but if your vest doesn't
how
have
long
the
that
tab,
took.
the light will activate automatically in the water. If necessary, we'll distribute infant life vests or other flotation devices for children who weigh 35 pounds or less. Also, most seat cushions can be used for flotation. Now, before
Cockpit
we
to
take
ground.
off, be
We
sure
have a
your
good
seats
engine
are
start.
upright,
You can
your
disconnect.
aisle armrests are lowered,
Unlocking
your
gear.
tray table is put away, and all carry-on items are properly stowed. As we come through the cabin for our final safety check, please let us know if you
Right,
have
let's
any
start engine
questions.
2.
And finally, now would be a good time for everyone to review the safety information card, which is in your seat pocket.
On behalf of everyone at Delta, we want to thank you for paying attention. As we prepare for takeoff, please relax and enjoy the flight.
I'm gonna get copyright strike for sure with the music. YouTube,
Attendants, please
oops,
be seated
YouTube
for
is just
departure.
so strict on that. Hey, Puget. Right, it's still cooling.
Tow truck. Bypass pin removed.
Thank you.
Left is clear, right is clear.
It's still motoring. Blimey. I'm wondering, does it have to do with the high altitude or something? I mean, it's a weird logic. And it's so strange that you don't get a timer indicated, right? Like you have on the Pratt & Whitneys. And it's just wait and wait and wait. You have this Delta plane as a trading cart. Nice. It's a beautiful livery. Hey Joey, how are you doing? Yeah. Yeah, it does. So Joey, definitely. But this is the first time I'm flying this livery. And it's like almost 2 minutes now, isn't it? Phuket, I have to. I have, you know, on Saturday when I did the Cross the Land, what a drama. So with the with Max 2024, there we go. Now it's lighting up. I had the issue that the performance got more and more degraded over time. Main thread got more and more limited, and then OBS just refused to render anymore and upload the videos. So the stream stopped, and I couldn't get it running. Yeah. So then in the end, I actually had to go to X-Plane. So now I'm doing the beta version, but I have to do a full flight, maybe a flight for over 2 hours or something, to make sure that you know, the beta has fixed the issue with the main thread problem. Oh, really? Okay, so Landy says the same bug, same issue. It's acting as if it's the second start of the day. Okay. Yeah, we just did a flight on X-Plane from Manchester to Copenhagen. Stormy weather. Very cool. With a go-around as well. Really cool stuff. Hang on. Let me arm that. That's fine. Let's do a flight control check. Make sure everything's working. Full up, full down, neutral, full left, full right. Neutral, rudder is full left, full right. And let's read the after start checklist. After start, anti-ice off, ecom status. Yeah, that's our cancelled caution there. Status is checked. Pitch trim, it should be, oops, it's a bit much, up to, and rudder trim neutral, and that's the after start checklist completed. Now we have to taxi forward, and the thing is, I think I'll taxi forward to the 16. And then another thing I want to do is I want to check the latest ATIS, so I can tell the ground controller in a minute that I'm a bit worried because I'm not hearing anyone.
Since at 885, contact LA Center 124.62.
Marcus. And there we go, we're rolling. So we're now breaking off with 32%, which is good. So that seems to be normal. Right, so we're going to call in on spot 16 for taxi with information. Papa. In real life, I don't know if you can swing the rudder that quickly. No, I don't know. I don't remember. I think we didn't do that because we didn't want to overload the flight controls that way. Guys, let me just stop here for a second. I want to do one more thing. Because I think we can get more FPS. So what I've done is I'm still running on 100 hertz, so that way it is now synchronizing it to 50 with VSync, so half monitor refresh rate. So I'm going to change that 120 hertz because if we can get because we should have performance wise, we should be fine with that. Let me check now the FPS counter here. Alright, let's have a look. Give me a second, one more second, guys. Almost there. That's what I thought. Hang on. You'll see that in a minute. There we go. There we go. Should be fine. Right. 60 FPS. Perfect. Right. It worked. Fantastic. Let me just get rid of that. There we go. Alrighty. We're good to go. Thank you for your patience. Salt Lake City ground. Good afternoon from Delta 4084 information. Papa approaching spot 16.
Delta 4084, Salt Lake City ground, hello, runway 34 left, taxi via Bravo Alpha 1.
Bravo Alpha 1, 34 left, Delta 4084, thank you. So, let's have a look. Bravo. It's the first one. Oh. Fast. First one to the left here. Bravo. Before we go into ditch. Alright, brake checked. Hawk says with inertia, the stress on the surfaces was exactly what I have doubts about. Okay. Yeah, so right, left onto Bravo. Yeah, the brakes are definitely working. Absolutely. Radar PWS on. Config test. Right, so Bravo to the left it is. Bravo Alpha 1. It's a big jet, so doing the sharp turns you should have about 10 knots or less. So Alpha 1 is full length. All good. Alrighty. Now, departure frequency should be 35.5. And that's why I would love to get the radio panels. Although I'm not sure, I would have to... Here, I don't know if it works like with the older panels. If it would synchronize properly, that's the question. Now let's do the terrain. Oh, now terrain works. Maybe that was an issue with the GPS jamming or GPS issue that we had earlier. Hey Brad, nice to see you. Greetings. I know you've been traveling a lot, right? I saw your Instagram pictures. Very nice, very beautiful pictures you posted. And I hope you're doing well, Brad. Right, let me just check one more time. Bravo here. Yeah, so it's a bit weird how it makes these, but Bravo is this way around, so... And then Alpha 1. Cool. Good. Then we can go with another checklist. Man, this thing really pushes us. It feels heavy for some reason. Really strange. So Alpha 1 will be at the end. Taxi checklist, flight controls checked, flap setting, config 2. Radar PWS is on and auto. Engine mode selector is normal and ECAMINGO takeoff no blue, and that's the taxi checklist complete. Well, now we're going to swing all the way around to Alpha 1. Good, so let's call tower, and once we approach, tower 34 left will be 3265. I'm doing well, Brad. Thank you so much for asking. Yeah, doing very well. Cool. Wow, it's a late stream again. Almost midnight here. The first flight just took so much time. Quickly, let me do one more check here. Rugged 3. That looks good. Rightio. Salt Lake City Tower, good afternoon. Delta 4084, holding short 34 left, ready for departure. Oh, yeah, 132. Oh, 132. Duh. 13265. Then it should work. Salt Lake City Tower, good afternoon. Delta 4084, holding short 34 left, ready for departure.
Delta 4084, Salt Lake City Tower. Turn left heading 320, runway 34 left, cleared for takeoff, wind 340 at 10.
Turn left heading 320, runway 34 left, cleared for takeoff. Delta 4084. Good, so that's the heading we're going to turn to after liftoff. Slight left turn. The packs were off for departure. Strobes are on. Cabin crew prepare for departure. Line up checklist. Take off runway 34 left. TCAS, TARA already on, and pack 1 and 2 off. That's the line up checklist completed. Approach sector is clear. Rugged 3 departure. Cool. Alrighty. I am going to start the chrono. Let's hope we're going to get airborne this time. Keeping fingers crossed. Are we all ready? I am. Take off. Got flex 50, SAS runway, auto thrust blue, thrusters set, and yeah, we do have good acceleration this time. One 100 knots checked. Yeah, thank you, Alpha. I saw that. V1, rotates. Pause rate. Gear up. So left 320. But only after departure and runway, that is. Which is now.
Delta 4084, contact departure.
Departure, Delta 4084. What's happening with the thruster and the other engine? There we go, now it's working. Flaps 1, speed check, flaps 1. 3550. Salt Lake City departure, good afternoon. Delta 4084, passing 6,700, climbing 10,000, 10,000. Flap 0, speed check.
Delta 4084, Salt Lake City departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 1000.
Climb maintain 1000, Delta 4084. Alright. And so what we'll do, we're going to climb a little bit faster. I'm going to take 230 knots. I do want to get up quickly. Yeah. Gotcha. As always, a lot of things to do.
Onboard purchases, beverages, and snacks. However, use your Delta Sky miles and American Express card to save 15% and earn double miles on all
Hayden.
purchases.
Hello. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the engine thrust there. I still have issues sometimes synchronizing the thrust levers.
Delta 4084, when you're able, turn right direct rugged, climb and maintain flight level 230.
When able, die to rugged, climb level 230, Delta 4084. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, we can do that. NAF. So we know that rugged, we have to be 120 above. So 12000 above. Which we are already now. So we can do that. So let's go. But I'm going to keep that with vertical speed to make sure we get to the 12000 there. Landy. Yeah, I don't know. You never know. Is it just me, or is it you know, do other people also have that issue? It's always really weird. There we go. Look at that. Nice flyby. Beauty. Right, now let's do this again with thrust climb altitude 230. Joey, yeah. Lovely. Look at the terrain down below. Great stuff. Love it. Fascinating stuff here always. So yeah, you can see why they need you 120 above, so 12,000 above. And it's because of that ridgeline. I'm at 14,000 now. Imagine if you were right at 12,000 there, how low you would be above the ground there at 12,000. I mean, you would have your 2,000 feet clearance for sure, but still. That looks so close. Brad, yes it is. Yeah. So I have no other terrain features here. And I'm not using map enhancement in Microsoft. Have you flown a Concorde and X-Plane? Yes, but that was a long time ago. And I know somebody always asked me if, well, he hasn't asked for a while now, but someone was asking a lot of times if I could fly it again. The thing is, it is just a handful to fly.
4084, contact Salt Lake City Center 135.77.
3577, Delta 4084, thank you. Salt Lake City Center, good afternoon. Delta 4084 passing 16,200, climbing 230.
Delta 4084, Salt Lake City Center, climb and maintain flight level 250.
Climb and maintain level 250, Delta 4084.
Okay, stepped on you there. Delta 4084, climb and maintain flight level 350.
Okay, no worries. Climb level 350, Delta 4084. Alright, 350 blue, and yeah, we can release the cabin. 18,000, here it is. Standard is set, altimeters checked. Yeah, the thing is, so Exotic, I think you were here on the first stream as well, right? And you saw the amount of workload I was having with the A319 for the approach and then the missed approach, fuel, you know, talking to chat. That is just such a high workload, and I don't know, man. It's Concorde sometimes is very fast as well, so that's one of the main problems. Right, RatNav clear, secondary copy active. And fix info should be clear as well. Yeah, that's fine. Cool, we are flying for another hour 10 minutes, guys. 1 hour 10 minutes. But the weather is beautiful. So we should be able to get some beautiful views. Some beautiful scenery here. Yeah, Blythe, I agree. The Concorde FSLabs. Avenger, good night to you. Yeah, I know it's midnight, right? People have to work tomorrow. Good night. Thanks for watching, Avenger. Take care. See you maybe Thursday. Yeah, so I agree. FSLabs made a good deal with the whole crew integration to make it a little bit easier to fly. Nevertheless, I think, man, you just have to prepare. And, you know, if I stream it, people expect me to be able to fly it properly to some degree, right? So it's always a bit of a when you're streaming. Right, another question, guys, for those that... Freda, macht nix. Oh, good night. Take care, Freda. Thanks for watching. I'm just wondering, does I know IRL you do have CPDLC, right? But the question is, I'm not sure if PilotEdge offers that. I'm gonna find out. Probably not, because that's Hoppy, right? That's a different system. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I mean, they don't use Hoppy code. So the thing we did an initial thing, that's why you have a different software. Yeah, now I get it. Because they don't use Hoppy for good reasons. There you go. Right, let me have a look. I'm going to dial down the SimSats just a tad, so that we can enjoy that. So let's see. When you reach 10,000 feet, is it wrong to use vertical speed? No. Let's say there's terrain and we don't want to reduce vertical speed too much, for example, if we select vertical... Yeah, just what I did now, BE. I did exactly that. Yeah. No, so the thing is this, so really, BE, all you want to avoid that the thrust is being reduced below climb thrust, right? So if you've got a speed command that is like, 40, 50 knots higher than what you have right now, then use vertical speed to do that slow acceleration, but keep a kind of balance between climb rate and acceleration, then it's fine. Yes, so the thing is that vertical speed is a bit of an issue in the Airbus. And the thing people say is because of protections, but to be honest, if I remember correctly, it still has a protection where you have a mode reversion to make sure that you don't get too slow. Well, would you believe it? We're actually flying. And what a change that makes, right? Yeah, so B441, again, you're allowed to do that. It's not forbidden, but you have to understand the system limitations and the risks that these modes actually have. But it's not as if Airbus says never ever touch, never ever use, right? Yeah, pleasure. Whizzing by here. I heard, that's a cool thing, I heard that I've just realized I could have used my widget as well, right? I haven't used that for ages. Yeah, I could have used this. Oh. So the good news is, I just remember that they are testing that widget here in 2024 now. So that's something I'm really missing in 2024. So that's another good news. And then once they get the chase plane working as well, hopefully at some point, then perfect. And the last thing is that they fixed the memory issue, whatever the issue is. You know, it doesn't make sense to me that I can use 2020 and OBS, I can use X-Plane 12 and OBS for hours and hours without running into issues, right? But when I use Microsoft 2024, which apparently is much better on performance, actually then over time crashes my OBS because of the main thread issue. So yeah, hopefully they will get that fixed. Man, what a flight today. We can watch the beautiful, beautiful landscape. One thing I didn't show you, though, is the routing today. Let's do that now. Can we... Is there a way to have a look at the map here? There is, right? How do I look at the map here? Maps. There we go. No, hang on, it's a map, not that. How do I get rid of that? Ah, there we go. Found it. Right, that's an interesting change in routing, right? So where's that Kilo Juliet? Interesting change in routing, I have to say. There it is. So they were flying to Juliet November Charlie in the end. And then we're going to join the routing. I can change that as well. So Kira first. So let me do the route. Hang on, route. Let's amend that. So we've got direct Kira. Kira. And then it was Juliet November Charlie. And then Rosie. There we go. Now that's better. That now makes more sense. So currently we have a minimum grid of 13.2, so 15,000 in case of decompression or something. So still high terrain. It's going to remain high. Look at that, 15,000 later on. Until we get closer to Rosie. And then Rosie, it's 13,000 feet. It's going to remain high all the way down to Albuquerque. Let's have a look at the world map here. Yeah, you can see that a bit better. So that's Grand Junction. Grand Junction. Durango. We've got Farmington. And then just desert. Desert, no big cities, just small places until we get to Albuquerque. Yeah, so they brought out a new scenery. I bought it over Orbix, I think. No, actually, disregard. Inni builds, I bought it over. So, Nate says Grand Junction is the gateway to the Navajo reservation, reservoir. You mean reservoir or reservation? Reservoir, right? The Native American land. Yeah, the US is so big. I mean, incredible how how much distance you can cover here. Another beautiful picture. Oh, that's the Four Corners. Ah, yeah, I heard about that, yeah. You go camping there? Really? Hang on. Let me just check. So, in this area then? Wow. Yeah, so, my wife and me going camping in October for the first time. Oh, no engine failure. We just got alt cruise. I just thought I might as well check the engine's spooling down. Right, so we can go TCAS 2 below. And looking good. Let's check the systems real quickly. Engines looking good. Bleed air looking good. Pressurization 6.7 looking good. 8 psi differential pressure. Electrics, IDGs are looking good. Hydraulics as expected. Fuel still balanced. Nice. Air conditioning 22 degrees. Passenger should be happy. Looking good. Yeah, so yeah, we're going camping as well next month. I'll let you know afterwards how it went. Yeah, desert can be cold as well, right? And it's really good cycling out there. The sandstone, beautiful. Yeah, I can imagine. So this is what you mean with the Four Corners, or so you got Utah, you got Colorado, you got Arizona and Mexico. Is that like that's like because Four Corners here? Yep. Okay. Yeah, very hot during daytime, and it can get very cold during nighttime. Yeah, absolutely. Right, Albuquerque. Quickly check the weather there. So they have 21:52. Okay, that's the latest weather. 190 at 9. Well, that's going to make the runway 03 an issue, isn't it? Yeah, so it changed. So they've got now runway 8 and 21. Visual approaches in use. Okay. So 8 would still give some tailwind. But 21? Oh, wow. Well, 21, that's the thing. I remember. This is actually the challenge then today. So 8, obviously a bit of tailwind. Long runway, though. The thing is with runway 21, you only have these RMP approaches. And they are, let's say, somewhat of a challenge.
Delta 4084, contact Denver Center 133.67.
133.67. Delta 4084. Denver Center, good afternoon. Delta 4084, level 350, smooth.
Delta 4084, Denver Center, roger.
Right, so yeah, this approach now is of course spectacular, no doubt. The thing is, 321 Neo, I mean, I'm always up for challenges, no doubt. But that could definitely be a handful. Although, I mean, the 8 could also be interesting. Now, the star would take us to iTunes, Musk, download, and then Comstar. And then from Comstar, it would take us to Albuquerque and then inbound. We'll see. We'll see. Lots of interesting options today, and very beautiful for the approach. And of course, the elevation is at 5,300 feet. Higher true airspeed means higher ground speeds.
Stay present, altitude, please.
And then 28 degrees.
For 132,
warm as well.
Radar contact. I got you 8 miles to the northwest of the battleground.
Sebastian, hello to you.
Altimeter 3009er.
You bought this plane today, but it can't switch the IRS to nav. Oh, okay, so... Yeah, so the thing is... yeah, so that you have to make sure on your FlightSimLabs control center, there's two options to... I can't show you that because of my credentials. There's an option regarding left and right click. I don't know exactly what it's called. And then you have to allow in the control section as well left and right mouse click, because generally the right mouse click is bound to free look, it's called, I think, and you don't really want that. So I've got free look on the middle mouse button, and so I can use left and right mouse button to you know, switch left and right. If you don't, then the thing is that you can't do right click. That's the problem. But to be honest, I think in the document section there should be an explanation. Now, I'm someone, when it comes to flight simulation, I don't often read manuals, which I should. But let's have a look if we can find something in here. Aircraft configuration, hardware setup, mouse button usage. Here it is. So yeah, so here's an explanation of how you can set, yeah, either scroll wheel or if you use a mouse button. The thing is though, you have to set it, right? So read page 17 in the introduction manual. The SimBrief flight plan to the EFB, you would have to do the following. You have to go and get your SimBrief credentials also in the FSLabs control center. Exactly, read the manual. And then you go to, just like in the real aircraft, ATSU, AUC menu, and then init. And then it will uplink your flight plan into your MCDU, and also then you will have it in here. I was Scotsman, one of us. Yeah, right. I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, IRL, it will be a really dumb idea to not read manuals as a real-world pilot. You would not go get through check flights if you didn't read the manuals, IRL, right? But when it comes to flight simming, I have to admit, I don't often read manuals, which I should. Discord is your manual. Well, yeah, but again, you know, yeah, Sebastian, pleasure. I hope it helps. So the thing is here in the, you know, in our flight sim community, that what I call swarm intelligence, it's great. It's great. It's a great community how everyone helps each other out. So definitely, Delta, definitely great.
126.6.
Look at the scenery, right? Lovely, lovely, lovely scenery. But I find it so fascinating again, and I've had this when I was flying, especially 747. Let's say flying back from Frisco or Los Angeles towards Europe. Or even coming, you know, flying to San Francisco or to LA, and then you come via the Rocky Mountains. Always fascinating how long you fly, and there's literally just desert. There's mountains and desert. Yeah, sure. It always gives us something to talk about. Yeah, absolutely. And Chris, I hope you're doing well. My friend, I hope you're doing well. Greetings. Do you have a new Sky airline? What do you mean, exotic? Like a livery, you mean? I have very few liveries installed at the moment. Look at that wind. Look at that drift. Beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, YouTube videos, absolutely agree. Such a great way of learning things, right? Not just here flying aircraft in the sim here. It's like a virtual airline app that record. Well, I'm using Volanta, so I'm using this to record my flights. There's also what was the other one called? I was using for a long time, but then I got connection issues with the overlays, where it just wouldn't show the top bar there correctly. Sim Toolkit Pro, that was it. Sim Toolkit Pro, that's what I was using prior to that. Yeah, yeah, exactly, Nico. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. That's what I was using. Yeah. Company message. Let's see what's up here. Albuquerque International Support. Interesting. It's already giving us a gate number, Bravo 8. I've not seen that before. That's interesting. Where is Bravo 8? It is on the other side. Interesting. Okay. Very cool. Alright then, we shall do that. Let's pin that. Don't want that. Approach. We've got the ILS 8. We want to have the RMP Yankee 8. No, not Yankee. The is it Zulu 8? Yeah. Zulu 8. Pin that. Come on. Give me that pin. Pin. There we go. And then we got the Zulu 21 as well. So yeah, lots of approaches. We'll see. We'll see what we get. Although, let me go have a look at the map here quickly. Yeah, probably have to restart the app again. All right. Lester, you hate the 777 so much. I'm not on the network 77 Freeport because of the approach mode that won't work. Really? What sorry, is it PMDG or what aircraft are you on, Todd? And Nico's, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's really the main reason why I went to Volanta, because it's not using FSUIPC to get the data. It's using I think it's just what's it called? The SimBrief? No, SimLink. SimLink. That's what it's called. The PMDG, you have issues. I'm not sure. I don't know why the approach mode won't work on the ILS 6 approach. I'm sure you're doing everything right. That's weird. Sounds like a weird bug, really, but I've not heard of that one before. I'm trying to think back. I can't recall ever having an issue. With the approach mode. Oh, Albuquerque. Let's pin that. 320 normal. Pin that as well. Hey, Kerry. Yeah, Kerry, take care. Have a good sleep. See you soon. Maybe on Thursday if you like. I know it's getting late. Apologies for that. But I didn't want to chicken out on the second flight again, even though it is getting late. But it's easy for me to say because I'm able to sleep in tomorrow, so I don't have to get up early. Yeah. Yeah. Not tomorrow. Come on, pin that, please. Pin. Thank you. And then the ILS 8, pin that as well. Alrighty. Then let's have a look at the map here. Perfect. Europe. Yeah, look at that mess here today. So, I mean, we had a good timing. I think we're lucky. If you look at Copenhagen now, trying to get my bearings here. Where's Copenhagen? Albuquerque. It is... And just checking my weather here at home. No, we're fine. So there we are. All good here on this side of the Atlantic. Okay, Nico. Okay, no worries. Okay, you can sleep in as well.
Delta 4084, contact Denver Center 127.02.
12702. Delta 4084. What? What was that say? 2702. That's weird how that... it showed a different number initially, didn't it? Denver Center, good afternoon. Delta 4084, maintain level 350, smooth.
Delta 4084, Denver Center, roger.
6:30 p.m. and where you live, Todd. Okay, then it's early for you guys. Good. All right. So I was just about to check here something with the weather, looking good. So that's fine. And then we're going to cross into Albuquerque Center later. At Rosie. Cool. All right, let's check some more scenery here. Beautiful. Yeah, Nico, that's true, right? I mean, it's kind of weird though, isn't it? You're flying a flight sim, and then you're checking on a virtual EFB, you're checking the weather at your home place. Yeah. No, Dexter, no. That was somebody reporting a problem in the PMG 777. So you have issues with the approach mode in the FSLabs. Okay, we'll see what happens to me today. Yeah. It's so weird, Dexter. So, you know, Saturday when I was trying to do the flight from Lisbon to Sharm el-Sheikh across the land eastbound, and everything was going nicely. I was preparing everything, and I didn't see any issues. And then we taxied out, and we always thought it was like, it takes a lot of power to taxi, but we were able to taxi. And then I took off, and I couldn't take off. It was just accelerating so slowly. I had to abort the takeoff. And so, literally, I was using 2020 for such a long time, with the FSLabs, we did the tour of Europe tour there, and I've had so many flights in 2020. I didn't change anything in the settings, right? And then suddenly you get these issues where, like, how come? And I went through, again, lots of troubleshooting, and in the end, all I did was I completely reinstalled FSLabs, and now it works again. And that's frustrating for sure, especially if it catches out cold, right? You've done all the preparations for an hour, and you finally trying to take off, and then suddenly you realize you can't fly because something's really bugged. So your problem was in 2024, okay? Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, a bit of cloud cover there, nice. Man, I'm fascinated. Is this like really? Where are we? Hang on. So here I've got the. So we already passed Grand Junction, and so yeah, there isn't much there, is there? There's like Nukla. No, but there's just small places. Oh, Telluride. I know Telluride. Isn't that the crazy approach there in the mountains? Long time ago, I flew the TBM in there on PilotEdge with really bad weather, and we had to divert in the end. And I think we went here, Farmington or something. Yeah, go. Yeah, exactly, Chris. So, yeah, I remember that vividly. Telluride. I think we have to go there again. It's such a great approach. Do we know the base of the first leap? No, I have not heard anything about that yet. I wouldn't be surprised if that went to Eurowings or Ocean, whatever they're called. So many different airlines. Telluride is the highest elevation commercial airport in the US. I thought so, yeah. I have a feeling that it's such an interesting...
So
yeah.
4084, descend at your discretion, maintain flight level 310.
At our discretion, descend maintain level 310, Delta 4084. Alright, so 310 is initially... Now, that call is obviously very early. So it might be a good idea to actually have a quick look at the limitations that we have on the Lobo 3, because very likely we're going to get a clearance to send via the Lobo 3 arrival. So Rosie 290 above, which is correct, and then let me put this to plan mode, and then we've got Rosie, then we've got Sky 280 below, forerun is 270 knots, 260 to 100, correct, and then it's Lobo. And then we've got Joklo between 14 and 18, 250 knots. Then it'll be iTune, no restrictions. And then it should be Musk. The thing is, though, I need to change the arrival because I still have 03 in here. Now, I am going to fly the 2-1 approach. We have enough fuel for go around and a second approach, runway 08. But I want to see how the aircraft handles that that RMP approach. The Yankee, I think it is. Yeah, the Yankee, because the Zulu's from the south. So Yankee approach. Let me try that. So we'll request that for training. And it is the Lobo 3. and then the approach, it says Notme. Let me see how we get there. Yeah, there we go. So we go iTunes, Stunks, Paseo, Notme. It is there. So we'll do that. So we'll go via Notme. And let's insert that. And that looks okay to me. Yeah. So let's have a quick look at that. That looks good. So yeah, Jocklaw between 1814. Then we've got iTunes. Then we've got Stunks between 10.5 and 9. Paseo between 10 and 9. And then Notme at 210 knots and at 9,000 feet. Exactly at. Yeah, that's what it has. Fantastic. Then we're going to fly that approach. It'll take us via Kefir or Kefir, max 205, and we have to maintain 7,200 feet until Kefir. And then it goes to Kanye. And Kanye is 6.6 or above. Oh, that's a final approach point though. So I'm going to put this exactly at 6.6 to make sure that we get there. Also, I'm going to put a speed in there. We have to realize that the 6,600 is only 1,300 feet above the ground. So I'm going to put this at 145 knots or something. Make sure that we get the turn. Yeah, so it's a 3-degree profile. It's a curved approach, an arc approach, 3-degree, Teener, runway 21, and then we've got the missed approach, Humku, Vapma, Albuquerque, climbing 8,000. Yeah, all correct. Cool. That's how we're going to do it. Questions? Right, there we go. We've still got 50 miles to our descent point now. So still a bit of time. Devarity, hello. Have you flown NDB approach during your day-to-day operations? We once said on the stream that he has never done one in the A320 during regular operations. I have done an NDB approach in Moscow. Yes. As an example. So this, you know, training, we did some NDB approaches IRL. That was part of the training, but I did do, I think I did another one in what was it called? Not Asmara. It was called deeply Russia somewhere, and they love NDB approaches there. So. Baby Boeing, for example, yeah, you did an NDB approach in Lithuania because of the spoofing and jamming. It ain't fun, yeah. So I think it's probably not so much a thing in the US. It is definitely more a thing in Europe right now. And like Baby Boeing just wrote, especially when you get these jammings and spoofings. Oh, look at that, beautiful.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience.
Number 2 Papa Foxtrot, Olympia, altimeter 3014. 3014, thank you. 132 Papa Foxtrot.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to Phuket. 18 months now. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Thank you, Phuket. Great to have you here. And that's a long time as well. 18 months. Thank you so much. Worth an applause for sure. Thank you so much. You don't have ads here, so if you get, I'm not subscribed. Okay, yeah. For those on YouTube that are not members and have to endure the advertisements. The thing is, I can't switch them off. The only thing I was able to do is determine that I can stretch out the time. So I said now the maximum is 30 minutes in between. So that's what I've done. So hopefully you guys are not getting molested too much with these advertisements. Alright, we've got 35 miles, double drop. So time to get the latest ATIS. And we're going to get it here through the app here. So we've got real Albuquerque 3017. And it's the same here on PilotEdge. I would probably assume they take a real world stuff as well. So 3017. Temperature is 28 degrees. In combination with the high elevation, that is a very high density altitude. It affects the propeller aircraft a bit more compared to jets, but still, I mean, we're gonna feel the impact. I'm gonna have to do some calculations in a minute regarding. Now, if I fly the RMP 0.3 required, and it's 5760. Look at that high baro minimum there. And yes, we'll do config full for the tight turn. Try to get the speed down. And RATNAV, I'm going to put Albuquerque for the missed approach. And just for it's an RP approach, so let me just do that. Albuquerque 21. So we have a DME distance there. And we have a MSA around the runway 21. So I can put fix info Albuquerque 21. 25 miles around that. So there we go. Almost ready for the top of drop. That means we'll do the landing calculations here. Let's see what we get. Sonnet, Alex, the Tolis A330-900 is a good add-on. Enjoy. Okay. What? No, that can't be. A Tolis A380? Nah. I've never seen an A380. Are you sure? Yeah, not Tolis. Right, we've got landing at 71 point, let's see, 3.4 landing. We've got 3.03. So we'll take 71.5 for the landing. Yep, that's what we have. Dry, normal landing, calculate. So we're going to require autobrake low. Look at this. Autobrake low takes 2,800 in flight, factored 3,200. That's too long. So we are going to take medium. Hot brakes inbound for sure. So config full and medium auto brakes. Yeah, Alex. Cool. Let's start descent. We're going to go thrust idle descent out blue 310. Alrighty, let's quickly do a briefing. So we are on the arrival routing. The Lobo 3, we checked all the altitudes, which will then bring us for the transition to 1, ending at Notme, 9,000 feet. We did brief already the RMP Zulu to 1. Interesting, no, not Zulu, let me get that away. Go away. I can't get it unclicked for some reason. There we go. Now that's the Yankee approach to 1. With the miss approach back to Albuquerque, 12,000 MSA, very high MSA. So threats are definitely high terrain and also high elevation. We talked about it, higher true airspeed, higher ground speed, and that result. And yeah, automatic medium, landing distance is required or factored 2,200 meters. We have 3,100 available almost, so that's almost, let's say, 800 meter buffer, which means we can float or take the full touchdown zone, and then we have to take the taxiway to the right, probably Fox 7, either Fox 7 or Fox 8. I mean Fox 7. Fox 3 will be too tight, I would imagine. Fox 7 back on Foxtrot. We've got crossing 1230 Charlie to the apron. So hotspot will be runway crossing as well. Cool. Nice. In the approach we are. Yeah, it's the same. Honestly, the 787 in X-Plane, it's always very basic and bugged. So A380, if it were any good, we would have heard about it. People would be talking about it. You would see streamers flying it, etc., etc. So that's why I was so surprised that you said Tolis A380. I thought, hang on, what on earth did I miss? Hey Todd, yes, I'm trying. I'm going to try the 2-1 Yankee, because I am...
4084, contact Albuquerque Center, 124.32.
12432. Delta 4084. Albuquerque Center, good afternoon. Delta 4084 is just reaching maintain level 310.
Delta 4084, Albuquerque Center, roger. Information, Lima's up at Albuquerque, altimeter 3017. It's via the Lobo 3 arrival.
Thank you much. We'll check Lima, altimeter 3017, and we'll descend via the Lobo 3 arrival. Delta 4084. Right, so that means 9,000 as we briefed the endpoint. So we got thrust idle descent out blue 9-0, which will change to 9,000 once we pass 18,000 feet. So we've got to be careful now again. It's a managed descent, so the autopilot will take care of the restrictions, but we still have to monitor those. So the next one is going to be 280 below at sky. There it is. I have to say, I love flight simming now these days. It's just, if it's running. I mean, today, I had a good feeling about today. I had time to test everything prior. The weather was spicy. I know X-Plane 12 is running nicely now. That was a great flight on VATSIM. I've got to get some speed brakes out here, a bit high. Really interesting flight. I love the shake with the speed brakes. Brilliant. We're already 280 below. I don't know why. 15. Oh, it's only 15 miles. So we're going to be 260, but we're all there. I have no idea why it's like 12,000. How many track miles do we have? 82 miles. And we have to lose another 20 something. Yeah, that must be wrong. We can't be 1100 high. Unless I'm missing something right now. Got 270 knots. Already 260. And then the next restriction between 18 and 14. That's 30 miles out. No, I don't know what this is, but I'm happy as it is. So Valet, you landed Neo with a headwind of 25 knots, gusting in ground speed. Mini kept you 167 almost until touchdown. Yeah, no, so it shouldn't really keep you that high. So as you get closer to the ground, so what normally happens though, Valet, as you get closer to the ground, the wind will normally drop as well. But it shouldn't really keep the whole ground speed mini edition on that. That sounds a bit weird. I agree, Valet. I agree. It is a handful somehow. The vertical speed changes in a very sensitive manner. Yeah, I've noticed that as well. No. Now, of course, I mean, if you're flying 160 knots on a 3-degree profile, that is fast, right? I mean, remember that. I mean, okay, ground speed wise is less, so you know, required vertical speed is always dependent on ground speed, not indicated. But yeah, but I've noticed exactly what you've said as well. Yeah. So the only thing really you can do is just be aware of that and just, you know, be careful with your inputs. I really like this livery. This looks really nice. So let's see, that's Albuquerque Center, 2435, but that's not approach yet, is it? I'm not sure. Delta 4084 request.
Delta 4084, in contact Albuquerque approach 127.4 with your request there.
Perfect. 1274 Delta 4084. It's exactly what I wanted to know when we're going to be sent over. Albuquerque approach, good afternoon. Delta 4084. Information Lima on board. And we are on the Lobo 3, descending via Lobo 3, and we would appreciate the Yankee 2-1 approach in Albuquerque, please.
Delta 4084 Albuquerque approach, round and say altitude leaving.
Sorry, we're passing level 200 now and descending via Lobo 3.
Delta 4084, roger, expect the RNAV Yankee 2-1 approach out of Notney.
Out of Notney, clear, I will expect the RNP 2-1 approach, Yankee. Thank you so much, Delta 4084. Cool. So yeah, I do expect some spicy approach as well because of the issue with the pitch, right? It's going to be very sensitive. We're going to be flying at very high true air speeds. I don't think ground speed mini will be causing an issue because it's not that windy, but nevertheless, since we have a high true air speed, we will definitely be very, very sensitive in the pitch axes, meaning we're going to be aware of the fact that small changes will definitely change these descent rates quite rapidly. Right, let's set the altimeter 3017 and then we read the approach checklist. Approach bar roll ref, we have 3017 set 3 times. Seat belts. Oh, that's something missing there. Seat belts on. Minimum bar row 5760 feet. Auto brake medium. Engine mode selector is normal. That's the approach check is complete.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the seatbelt sign for approach and landing. If you aren't in your seat, please return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt. If you removed any items from the overhead bins, please begin to restow them at this time. Please check around your seating area and the seat pocket in front of you of any cups, glasses, or other articles you wish to discard, and kindly hand these out to flight attendants as they make their way through the cabin. Thank you.
So let's check out the send again. We're on path now, pretty much. So we've got the Yoclo between 18 and 14. And then we've got the next one, Stunks between 10.5 and 9. And then Paseo between 10 and 9. But that's looking quite nice. Got the speed to 50 as well. And in front of us is Albuquerque. Yeah, valid. Yeah, definitely worth reporting that. Maybe, you know, if more people report that. But yeah, I've noticed that as well. Yeah, and I remember commenting on that in my streams. Alrighty. Next will be probably Tower 20.3. Actually, there's another approach 239. So I'll do 20.3 in there, and then I'll pre-dial the tower here as a reminder. 120.3. There we go. Oh, hang on. Let's change it now to there. Oh, it doesn't matter. The issue with these high elevation airports is that you look at your altimeter and you're like, you know, let's say an IMC, so you don't see much, and then you're like, oh, 14,000 feet, right? Lots of time remaining. In reality, though,
Delta 4084 at Nodme cleared the RNAV Yankee runway 21 approach.
At Nodme cleared the RNAV Yankee 21 approach, Delta 4084. Cool. Now comes the challenge. We have to make sure that we have some good energy management. So let's have a quick look here at the altitudes, and let's reference ourselves above the ground. So 9,000 altitude is 3.5 above the ground. So that's all right. 3.5, I want to be, let's see, I want to be maybe config 1 at that, speed 190. Then we have 6 miles to get down to 6.6, which is fine. All right. So nice, good descent down to 6.6. Now here, though, this is why we only have 4 track miles until the runway. Okay. And so we're only 1,300 feet above the ground there. Sorry, at Kanya, not Kafir. Kanya, not Kafir. But from here, Kafir to Kanya is only 2.4 miles. All right. So that's good for deceleration. And we need that. And again, we've got to be very, it's going to look so weird. So somewhere on this leg between Nodme and Kafir, or whatever, how you pronounce that, we need to get the aircraft configured. Gear down, config 2, 3, etc. Otherwise, we won't be able to make the turn. Right, look at the scenery here. Crazy. So good. So Grand Tigma, the VATSIM controllers are very good. And you have to realize that not all of them, or the majority, are not real-world air traffic controllers, right? So for that, they're doing an excellent job. PilotEdge, in my opinion, has a bit of a different approach. meaning that it's offering real-world procedures, VFR, IFR, on the western part of the US. So if you are flying, if you're living there and you want to, train real-world procedures on a very serious matter, then that's exactly the thing for you, because you can practice all these different procedures, be it tech routes, be it Class B airspace flying, etc., etc., etc. Right? So definitely, here comes flaps 1 speed check. Definitely the way to go. And of course, I mean, PilotEdge, they do expect you to know your procedures, right? And that's why they have these training courses. So they have a VFR training course and IFR training course that you can go through, which I would definitely recommend doing, and I've done them. So so that's really the big difference between VATSIM and PilotEdge. Right, let me now control outstar. The approach mode is active. Flaps 2, speed is checked. Flaps 2. I have to really get the aircraft down. Now I'm going to dial in 66. So we have out constraint descend blue. Oops. Let me get the energy out. So look at the ground speed, 220 knots still, right? So you can see the airport is there, and the runway is this way. So the whole approach is very tight. Right, descent out magenta. Here comes the gear. Help with the descent. Good, tower is pre-selected.
Delta 4084 at Kiefer, contact Albuquerque Tower 120.3.
At Kiefer, contact 120.3. Delta 4084. And flaps 3, speed is checked. Flaps 3, speed coming managed. And flaps 4, speed is checked. Flaps 4. Maybe a bit early with the flaps full, but again, I just want to make sure I have the low energy state I want. And again, we're still 170 knots ground speed. So, regarding the approach procedure, I am planning to fly this in fully managed, meaning I'm going to press the approach button. And see how things go there. Right, speed. Good, let's arm the spoilers, get all the lights on. So we have magenta 7.2, correct? So once I'm inbound to Kenya, that's when I'm going to press the approach button.
2,500.
It's checked. Now look at this. So this is just an interesting approach, right? Right over the city. There's runway 21. That's runway 21 there. Are you going to go on a VFR flight on streams? Yes, I do plan to do that soon, yeah. Because I want to try the Microsoft 2024. I've bought the sound set for the Cessna 172, which is great, I have to say. And I already did a engine failure ditched landing. And it went perfectly in the sense that it actually simulated in the end the flip because I was just on too soft the ground. Right, Kfir. Albuquerque Tower, good afternoon. Delta 4084 on the RNF Yankee 21.
Delta 4084, Albuquerque Tower, good afternoon. Runway 21, winds 210 at 6, clear to land.
Clear land 21, Delta 4084. Right, we got final approach speed. So now let's see. We are in giving control over to the autopilot here. And getting ready to take over. So I'm going to go ahead and already do that. Manual thrust. No, come on. It's a lot of power here. Yeah, we're a bit slow, that's why. Right, final approach. Down we go. It's a bit steep. It's not very elegant, I have to say. 1000 check manual flight. Let's do that manually here. All right, there we go. So another thing, it's the autopilot is very abrupt as well, I find. Now we have 106 knots ground speed, so 800, 900 feet per minute should do. We're clear to land. I see 1 white, 3 red, so I can adjust that now.
$500.
It's checked as well.
100 above.
Landing checklist, economy landing no blue. Landing checklist complete.
Minimum.
Continue.
$300. $200.
So yeah, making very small
100.
inputs. Aware of the sensitivity of the pitch.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. Retard. Retard.
There we go. Speed brakes, reverser green, decel. Manual brakes. Come on.
Auto brake off.
Yes. Right, we've made Foxtrot 3, it looks like. Great. Not bad. Yeah, that went well, Joe. Yeah, I agree. That went pretty well. So the only thing it seems it has a problem with is the anticipation of that final descent. And that was a bit slow, so the pitch was very high. But I think it's a general, again, it's a general issue with...
Delta 4084, taxi to park, Foxtrot, Charlie, Golf, Golf 1, Echo 3, Alpha 3, Alpha, cross runway 8 at... Okay, cross runway 30 at Golf 1, hold short of runway 26.
Right, let's see if I got that. So, Foxtrot, Charlie, Golf 1, Echo, Echo 3, Alpha 3, Alpha. We're going to cross 30 at Golf 1 and then hold short Golf 6.
Hold short runway 26 at Echo 3.
Ah, you see, typo. So, hold short runway 26 makes sense. Delta 4084.
Delta 4084, read back correct. Good job.
Thank you. Well, if you knew, I'm writing all of it down. Poof. Right, let's see. Let's just taxi down slower a bit. Right, so Foxtrot, Golf 1, then Echo 3, Echo 3, and then it's going to be Alpha 3 there, then it's going to be Golf 1 cross 30 at Golf 1. Yeah, that makes sense now. And then hold short 26. So we'll have to cross here, but we have to hold short 26. Yeah, V-Cruise. Ooh. Yeah, stick figure. So for me, it only works if I really write things down. Right, we've got to turn.
Number 2, Papa Foxtrot, Roger. Will you be maneuvering to the east or the west?
So left here. Nice. That was a beautiful flight.
2, Papa Foxtrot, Roger.
And finally, a nice stream without any bigger issues, which is great. Alright, so next one should be Golf 1 and then Echo 3. We are already allowed to cross 30, but hold short 26. Next time, ask for progressive taxi information. Yeah. I'm sure that would make him happy. Right, let's put the strobe lights on. We've got Echo 3. Let's slow down a bit again. Approach sector is clear. And there's the touchdown zone. Let's start the APU. And then let's get the transponder PWS off. Good, so then we continue on Echo 3, but hold short of the runway 26, which is there.
Delta 4084, cross runway 26 at Echo 3 and continue taxi. You have a good day.
We'll cross 26, Echo 3, and then to the ramp. You too, thanks a lot, Delta 4084. Until next time. Cool, right, left side clear, right side is clear, clear to cross, and we did say Echo 8 is where we want to go. And that has already been inserted into the ATSU. Yeah, so Bravo 8 is green, meaning services should be there. Exotic, thanks for watching. Sorry for the late stream. But I enjoyed it tremendously. And thanks again for all the support, guys. Thank you very much for that. I am going to take this line here to the right. APU is available. Strobe lights off. The only ace maker, this gave me a flashback to the aptitude test. Lol. Was it that bad? Bit weird with the taxi line colorings there, but... Hey German Monster. Yeah, it's more for the night owls, I agree. It should be one further. Bravo 9. Oh, hang on. Did we go too far already? No, it can't be right. It's supposed to be on the other side, right? Bravo 7, Bravo 9, Bravo 10, and then Bravo 8. Which is a bit weird to put it this way. That can be very confusing. Now, I'm noticing also some mismatch with the...
Centennial clearance, citation 416 Romeo Lima.
Yeah, the jetways. It's a bit of a shame because...
Citation 416 Romeo Lima, Centennial clearance. You're cleared to Eagle Airport via the Rocky 7 departure.
I don't know why that is such a mismatch.
That is filed. On departure, fly runway heading. Climb and maintain 8,000. Expect flight level 220 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 126.1. Squawk 2146.
416 Romeo
cheat a little bit.
Eagle Rocky 7 Kremlin transition then is filed. Runway heading 8,000 220 10 minutes 126.1 2146.
Citation 6 Romeo Lima, read that correct.
I'm going to take the end here and then I'm going to reset. Can't park there. Yeah, all the jetways are mismatched on this side. That's a shame. It's one of those moments where, like, you know, I just installed via ini builds and then this happens and I'm like, yeah, but why didn't anybody check, you know, prior to that these are mismatched? Anyways. All right, free parking, guys. and then we'll call it a day. But that's very enjoyable, and again, professional as always. So both flights were really cool today. Very enjoyable. Able to cover a lot of things today, which is great. Alright, parking brake on. APU is available. Let's get the APU bleed on, and then transponder standby.
Flight attendants prepare doors for arrival, please. Cross-check and all call.
Thank you. Beacon seatbelts, and then we can read a checklist. So we have the after landing is radar PWS was off, and then parking checklist, parking brake or trucks, parking brake on, engines off, and it's always, I always forget the fuel pumps. I've never touched the fuel pumps in the 320, that's why I always forget them. And that's the parking checklist complete. Cool, guys, thank you very much. Thanks for all the support. And I'll be back on Thursday. Until then, I wish you all a great week. One more thing though, there's supposed to be some military area with some ospreys. Is that down here? Could be. So while I'm zooming down here. So thanks so much, my dear moderators, as always. Thanks.
Galaxy Bob Foxtrot Roger, radar service terminated, clock maintained, VFR.
So stay safe, stay well. I'll be back on Thursday. I'm looking forward to that as well. And then
the boarding requested.
We'll see what happens. I think on Thursday, I may go back to 2024, assuming my test flights are going well. And then my plan would be on Thursday to try out also a VFR flight again with the Cessna. But before that, we'll do, I don't know, we'll see. I think the only aircraft that works in the beta is the Phoenix, correct? At the moment. So that's why I would have to take the Phoenix for that. And apparently the Cessna 172 has a new inertia system. Joey, see you Thursday. Thank you for watching. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what that brings. But again, assuming the test flights go well. Thank you, Nico. Thanks for the help, Nico. Yeah, the SU4 beta test stream, exactly. Dex, thank you much as well. Glad you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, Dex. Take care. Good night. Wow, so they have ospreys here in Albuquerque at these density altitudes. Big respect for that. I think that's going to be a handful flying them in these conditions. Lilienthal, Dankeschön. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Good night to you. So that's a military section there. Very interesting indeed. Cool. Alrighty, I shall leave you guys here with this view, and then I will see you again very, very soon, guys. Good night, everyone. Take care until Thursday.